Joining us now is Ojy Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Ojy.
Fantastic.
Best one this week.
I got it right
Friday. It's the Friday movement. How are you?
I'm good.
Great to see you, Ojy. How are you, TGIF?
Perfect. Well, good morning to you, viewers. We begin what's trending in Thailand, where 3 yet-to-be-identified Nigerian men are currently stranded at the Suvarnabhumi airport due to restrictions on flights. The trio, who first arrived on the 21st and 24th of March, respectively, are currently surviving only on provisions from Thai airport authorities. Richard Barrow, a Twitter user in Thailand, narrated their ordeal in a series of tweets on Monday. He stated that the trio were trapped at the airport because they could not travel back to Nigeria or enter Thailand without a valid visa. They have been tested for COVID-19 and their results all returned negative. I mean, I've been trying to take this story since Monday.
Quite a while. Thank goodness we finally have. It's good to bring attention to this.
Well, first, let us express gratitude to a gentleman called Richard Barrow, who first reported this on Twitter. And then the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria that took up the matter. So Geoffrey Onyema also acted proactively, and particularly also the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, led by Abike Dabiri. As at this moment, they've been in touch with the immigration authorities in
Bangkok,
Thailand, and also with the 3 individuals themselves. 2 of them were going to Myanmar. The other one was going to Laos. And then they got stranded there. And then let us also thank the airport officials at the Suvarnabhumi airport.
Amazing.
Who
it feels
have
like
been providing food on a daily basis since March 21, March 24. They give them food, they give them drinks, and so on all fronts, it looks like a happy story. 2 days ago, the head of immigration in Thailand was reported in the Bangkok Post saying that once flights resume on June 4, they will be free to either go straight to their destination or return home to Nigeria.
But I believe that they can only go straight, come back to Nigeria because they can't transit to their location, I believe.
Well, I mean, if there's still a shutdown in Myanmar and Laos,
I think that the immigration officer said that they've agreed that they'll all have to come back to Nigeria. Hopefully
let's hope that by then the Nigerian airports will also be open.
But the story caught my attention because I cannot imagine how these 3 young men have been living at the departure point at the airport.
For how long as well?
For 3 months.
3 months.
Without even a shower. I mean, I'm sure they'll go into the bathroom and stuff. But, you know, I thought, you know, this are extraordinary times and extraordinary measures should have been in place whereby they could, you know, put them in an, airport hotel or something.
More to have been done for them.
So
they were not allowed to go in
because they had the transit visa. That's the only reason why they weren't allowed to.
But I think the Thai authorities have done so well.
That's what I was going to say. They've actually really shown a lot of help. Like, it's so heartwarming to see the response that they gave to them.
It's amazing.
Really is.
Kudos to them. Well, let's take a story in Nigeria. The governor of Cross River State, Ben Ayade, made waves on social media on Thursday for enacting a law that exempts small business owners from paying tax in the state. At the inauguration of the state's anti-tax agency, the governor broke down in tears while stating that it was sad for a government to expect tax from people that are still struggling. Let's take a quick listen before we come back for a discussion.
Why do you put pressure on that, your small brother or sister, whose situation is much worse? Why would we expect that people who don't have scholarship for their children, who don't have good schools, they struggle to pay, struggle with the uniforms, struggle to have security in their small businesses, struggle to get water with their borehole, struggle with generator, and government is providing almost nothing to come back to such people and tax them? I think this is the greatest injustice. I never knew that 5 years into office as governor, I would still find somebody who live in a thatch house in Cross River. I almost cried because I knew how prepared I was, but it didn't end the way I had dreamt for the state. And I just think that somewhere God will just help me because I really wish I could really help. I really wish I could help. It's very painful, truly. I can't put 5 years and I've not been able to do the change I wished. I know of some small people whose businesses are closed because even after signing into law that they should stop collecting tax, I still find people giving political appointment for a completely different thing. And you see them go back to these same people and dragging them and seizing and closing their shops and taxing.
All right, well, shall we take some Twitter reactions before we come back for a discussion with this video? All right. One user, Aduni, wrote, "I don't trust a politician that shares tears on national television, let alone the merismatic Ben Ayade. Just offer those small businesses tax exemption and go. What's with all the theatrics?" Another user, Fisaya, wrote, "I am not falling for Ben Ayade's camera tears while announcing an end to illegal taxing of people. It is purely an image laundering stunt that is 5 years too late." And finally, a user wrote, "I hope all the governors we have in the 36 states would follow what Ben Ayade did for small businesses owners in Cross River of tax exemption. Especially in Lagos State, small business and the transport sector are being triple taxed, which they should take a look at." Jide Soromolu.
Well, I like Fisher Soyombo and the first person.
The theatrics caught me off guard.
You quoted.
I couldn't even read my text.
I'm not impressed. Look, taxation is not a thing for populism.
Yeah.
I understand that the governor, as the governor wept, many people in the state, after sharing the video, also started weeping. So crying may be a natural thing, and tears are readily available, look it, but they cannot become part of the strategy of governance. Now, the second point is that taxation is a civic duty. Now, when you say don't pay tax, yes, there are things like tax reliefs, tax exemptions, tax holidays. Now, where does this fall within the category? Because there's even no time frame to it. The governor is just saying, don't, pay tax if you are poor. Now, what are the implications for the state's internally generated revenue?
Correct.
Remember also that at this time, revenue for the state is dwindling. Now, is there also a risk of abuse that persons may not even just want to pay tax because the governor has set up an anti-tax agency? 3, what is the competence of the members of that anti-tax agency? And what will be the implications for the Cross River Bureau of Internal Revenue Service? Because from the profile of the members of the anti-tax agency that has been set up, it doesn't look as if the Bureau of Internal Revenue Service is involved. So what we're seeing is a proposal, is an action that is based on populism rather than rigorous data and serious thinking. Now, 4 is 4 now, right? This is not the first time that the governor of Cross River State will talk about exempting poor people from paying tax. He said the same thing on January 17, 2017. And he has said the same thing about 3 other times. This is the 4th time. And at each time, he will make the statement and he will start crying. Now, it may be popular, but does it make economic sense? And has there been any input from other stakeholders? So these are the bases, on which I say I'm not impressed. It's just politics. Nobody should take it seriously.
Politics and theatrics, isn't it?
But I also question the people that he's put in the exemptions. For example, the hotels, he said, hotels that have more than 50 rooms or less than 50.
Less than 50 rooms.
I mean...
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is that, look, the thing that he outlined, all those categories that he identified, were they paying tax before?
They were.
Were they part of the tax threshold? These are rigorous questions that people should ask instead of weeping along with the governor, to govern on the basis of emotions.
But
Please,
also...
can you take the next one?
Can I take my final story, please? Can I take my final story real quick? Let's take our final story in Rwanda, where the country's health minister, Daniel Ngamije, announced on Tuesday that Rwanda had received 5 humanoid robots to assist in both patient screening and delivery of foods and drugs to those suffering from COVID-19. The minister said the move is aimed at reducing the exposure of health workers to COVID-19 patients. He also disclosed that the robots have been given Rwandan names and would also act as a video conferencing links between patients and doctors. The robots were manufactured by a Belgium-based company and are also equipped with the capacity to screen up to 150 people per minute.
This is brilliant.
The most amazing news I've heard all week. I mean, it's completely amazing that these robots are able to...
Rwanda, known as the Singapore of
Africa,
for Africa, continues to show the lead in many respects.
And they're still saying that they're going to get more robots.
This is one of those areas in which we've seen leadership being shown by the Rwandan authorities.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Abaji. You both have a great
weekend.
Yeah, you too.